Hello, everybody, and welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 24. We are going to fire up a franchise mode, and we're going to take over general manager as the Chicago White Sox. And in this first episode, we'll go over the settings, meet the team, meet the owner, meet the staff. First things first, I use most of the default settings. I changed the overall potential to values between 20 and 80 because I just don't like the star system. 1 through 5 or 20 to 80, I prefer 20 to 80. It just seems more precise. I use the coaching system. I disable the owner goals because sometimes they can be wonky and contradictory. For example, with this team, my owner wanted me to acquire a former MVP and acquire a top 20 prospect, which really you should be going one way or the other in baseball, not trying to do a mixture of both. And we're in a spot right now with this team where how the first half of the season goes is going to really determine how we attack our strategies, whether we're going to sell off some players or try to win the World Series. And face gen or players, I use the nicknames, morale system, all that fun stuff. Face gen, not much to say. Free agents wear suits. I did click that box. I have it on a hard trade difficulty, so I can't use the make this work now button anymore, which will be different because I used to abuse that button. I haven't done the trade deadline in the new game. I'm just going to bump that up to 30 minutes so I don't feel rushed trying to put some trades together at the deadline. I may change that in the future depending how it goes. All this stuff stays the same. I do allow trading of injured players and waiver trades. Financials I don't touch. Inflation will be 1 to 4% per year. I do let the league dynamically evolve through expansion, changing of roster size, how pitchers are used. Just some basic changes can happen organically. And pitchers cannot win the MVP. That's an award for batters. Relievers cannot win the pitcher award because they have their own award. And this is a starting pitcher award. I keep the names the same. I could change these, but I won't. And I keep all the all-star stuff the same. Playoffs, 3 wild cards in each league. Home team gets 3 home games in the wild card series. And I don't touch any of this stuff. Let's go ahead and meet the team. And this looks like a bug because Tim Anderson should not be suspended. He was suspended last year. I don't like that, but I guess I'm going to have to deal with it. I guess I'm going to have to deal with it. Team chemistry. Kopech is disruptive. Alright. Here's a look at my system. AAA, we have Jake Berger's ready to come up and contribute. Oscar Colas will come up if I have an injury in the outfield. Carlos Perez could come up and handle a little catching duty. He's not great behind the plate, but he's a backup if need be. Davis Martin could be an emergency starter. What do we have in Double-A? Colson Montgomery, big prospect down in Double-A right now. Needs to work on his defense. He's got the potential to be a really good hitter. Although he will strike out, and he's not going to fix that. High A ball. 20-year-old Wes Kath. Could be a power hitting shortstop in the future. Down in Kannapolis, there's not much potential. We have a 19-year-old in this is a rookie ball that could develop into something special. Tim Anderson. Yohan Moncada is starting the season out on the disabled list for 2 weeks. Hendricks is gone for 5 months with his non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And Garrett Crochet is out still for a couple of months, getting better from his Tommy John surgery. Colson Montgomery is my top prospect. Here's a look at our pitching staff to start the season. Dylan Cease will be our ace, coming off of a 4.3 WAR season with a 176 ERA plus. Hopefully he can build upon that. Hopefully build upon his innings. Strikes out a ton of guys. Lance Lynn. 21 starts last year. Was fairly average. Hopefully he can rebound to be above average. Lucas Giolito's in a contract year. He had a down year last year. His ERA jumped up to 4.9. We need to sneak some sticky stuff onto him so he can get back to a plus ERA plus. Strikeouts were down. Walks were up. So hopefully he can get back on track. Michael Kopech had 25 starts last year. Hopefully he can improve and be more durable. But his personality is disruptive. He doesn't do much good for the clubhouse. And we signed Clevenger in the offseason to a 2-year deal. And hopefully he can stay out of trouble and give us some solid innings. Until Hendricks gets back, looks like we're going to have Pedro Grafal is going to put Ronaldo Lopez in the closer position, who, once we got him out of the rotation, has come into his own as a really good reliever. 141 ERA plus last year. .95 whip 2 years in a row. Really good. Hope he can close out some games for us. Kendall Graveman. After a massive year in Seattle in 2021. Came back to earth last year. Hopefully he can continue to give us good, solid innings. Joe Kelly had a god-awful year last year, so there's nowhere to go but up for him. Jose Ruiz has been around as an average bullpen arm for quite a few years. Jake Diekman's a lefty specialist who got rocked the last couple of years. So, well, I guess just last year he got rocked. 404 BABIP. That's got to get better. Jimmy Lambert in long relief, and he can spot start. He's got plus stuff, plus movement, good fastball, good slider, plus changeup. Had his first solid year last year. He should improve upon it. Tanner Banks will be in long relief as a lefty. Really good fastball and slider, plus changeup. He should give us some solid work. And Aaron Bummer is a left-handed specialist with beautiful movement, good stuff. 3 really good pitches. If he can just control them, he will do really well. Let's take a look at our lineups. Our starting catcher will be Yasmani Grandal, coming off of an awful season. In 2021, he had a 4.2 WAR and a 158 OPS plus. And last year, he forgot how to hit. 66 OPS plus. So, which Yasmani will we get? That could be the key to our season. He's on his last year with the team, and I may look to move him and free up this 18 milli if we are not in contention. Because I haven't shown you yet, but our budget for scouting and development is not there right now. Sebi Zavala, backup catcher, had a good year last year, backing up in 50 games with a 1.3 WAR, a little slightly above average hitter. So hopefully he continues to play above average when he's called upon. Finally getting Andrew Vaughn out of the outfield where he was terrible into first base where he belongs. Last year he improved with a 1.9 WAR, 113 OPS plus, 271 average. So hopefully he can still improve in his contact and discipline. So he is a potential stud, face of the franchise type player for us. Needed a second baseman, so we went out and signed Elvis Andrews. Really good up the middle defensively, good speed. His bat's not going to do a whole lot, but if he can continue being above average, he'll fill a nice hole that we had. Lurie Garcia, after his best year in 2021 with a 1 WAR, had a negative 1.1 WAR. He was dreadful to watch, and I don't think he's going to see the field too often this year. Tony La Russa loved the guy, but Grafal knows better than that. Hanser Alberto will be playing third base for a couple weeks until Yohan Moncada can come back. And then we're going to probably look to... I don't think I can send him down. but I don't think he's going to stick around because he's the spot that we're going to use to free up. Eric Gonzalez is our utility infielder. Can even play some outfield positions. Doesn't have much of a bat. He'll be a defensive replacement and fill in when needed. Lennon Sosa's a young 23-year-old who got a small taste last year. And he'll probably be sent right down to the minors when Tim Anderson's suspension is up. Andrew Benintendi had a 2.7 WAR combined last year. Hopefully he stays healthy and gives us a solid bat from the outfield. Eloy Jimenez has all the potential in the world, but cannot stay healthy for more than 80 games in a season. That's going to change this year. This is the year of Eloy. Our backup outfielder can play all three positions. Can do a little bit with the bat. And Luis Robert, our center fielder. Really good bat, not much discipline. He won't walk much. Really good outfielder. And just like Eloy, he hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's still young. He's 25. And Gavin Sheets will get his second full season in right. He's not really the choice I want, but he's what I have for now. I'll let Pedro Grifol do all the strategy. He is my manager. We have the 13th highest budget, 11th highest payroll. We have $6.7 million available. No money for extensions. Market size is above average. Fan loyalty is average, and the interest is 61 right now. Jerry Reinsdorf is the owner. He's 87 years old. Tolerant, charitable, normal involvement, balanced priority. He wants a winning record this year. Here is our salary page. Lance Lynn is our highest paid player this year. Yasmani Gandral is on his last year of his contract. Giolito's on his last year of his contract. I need to find some money to put into player development, as you will see. I mean, the league baseline is $13.5 million, and we're half of that. We have no money for international free agents. It's just all our money is tied up in payroll. Our manager is Pedro Grifol. He's decent to fair. What's red dot mean? He retains full control of hiring his own hitting coach. I don't like that because he hired a bum. Jose Castro doesn't handle development. Mechanics are aging well, but he can teach hitting, which is his main job. But I'd like it if these weren't poor. I like my players to develop a little bit. Bench coach Charlie Montoyo, who is actually looks like he's better than Pedro Grifol. If something crazy happens, I could fire Grifol and promote Montoyo. Ethan Katz, decent at teaching pitching, not very good at the things over here that matter. I will not be keeping him long. I just don't have any money to... I do have $6 million. First base, third base coach, scouting director Mike Shirley. He's good at international scouting, good at minor league scouting. I'd like outstanding or legendary, but maybe he'll improve. And James Kruk is a good trainer at rehabbing injuries. Decent to average at preventing them. And our staff cohesion is content, but it looks like they aren't the most cohesive group. I'm going to work on that as people shuffle in and out of the franchise. Our scouting budget is really low. I just need more money. Let's see. Our minor league system ranks 27th. The Orioles have the #1 system. Let's see what else is there to look at here. All right, lineups, pitching, player strategies. Pedro Grifol will control all of that. I will do the promotions, demotions, transactions, and trades. I will draft. I will set the budgets. Sign international amateurs. Sign and fire team personnel and base coaches. Minor league free agent signings, minor league promotions and demotions. I'll let Rick Hahn handle that. My managers handle the strategies and all that. Well, there's one more thing I was going to look at. All right, well, that's it for now, and we'll be back next time with opening day. Thanks for watching.